I ever had burnt Cheez-Its.
Well, they're not burnt. They're just like a little extra toasted.
Toasted. They left them in for an extra 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, just the right amount of extra burnt. Just the right amount.
How you feeling about those Braves?
I'm out.
You don't.
I knew the other shoe was going to fall sooner or later.
You don't trust. You don't trust the process.
No. The process of money making? Oh yeah, I trust it. Full swing.
Yeah, but don't you want them to build a team that's going to be good for more than a year?
Who did they get in return for this, Jamoke?
For Shelby Miller?
Yeah.
They got
nobody.
They got three prospects and a draft pick, a first round draft pick.
They don't need prospects. They have enough prospects.
Well, now they do. And apparently one of these prospects is people are pretty high on.
Is he a pitching prospect? Because you know what they have an abundance of?
He is not a pitching prospect.
Well, same deal. If they trade Freddie, then I'm really out. Then I'm jumping ship to the Bucko ship.
Well, you got to keep in mind too. Dansby Swanson's a shortstop. Age 21.
I don't care. You need veteran leadership. You can't have all rookies.
No, I agree.
What is this? Major League?
But were the Braves going to make money anyway with the team they were going to roll out if they didn't trade Miller?
No, but that's the whole point. You get rid of everybody that's on your payroll, so then you take a hit because you sell slightly fewer tickets, but then you're compensated because you don't have to pay that giant salary.
Right,
so
and
you make more money.
And
your team is terrible.
But the Braves are also a mid-market team, so they can't.
New stadium though.
Well, right.
That's a shot in the arm.
Yeah, but they're also a mid-market team, generally speaking. They're not like Boston or New York or L.A.
Yeah, now.
Well, they never were.
Well, they at least did better.
But they never. Okay. The last.
How long were the Red Sox a mid-market team? For a while. And then they didn't do bad. No, they're not anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Braves were America's team, and now they're...
They won one World Series and like 15 divisions in the 90s, right?
God, they're like the Cowboys.
They're almost like the Bills.
Almost.
They're almost like the Bills going to 4 Super Bowls and not winning any.
No, they're just like the Cowboys won since 95. Both have won 1 Super Bowl. Both have won a bunch of division titles, and both have choked in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. But the Braves, the issue with the Braves is they didn't have the money to spend on more than one big agent splash.
They kind of did. They got both the Upton brothers. Then they had Hayward. Then they had Freddie. Then they had Andrelton Simmons.
They didn't. No, I'm saying to sign. They brought Hayward up from the system.
I know, but it wasn't the Upton brothers.
It wasn't like
that was their splash.
It wasn't like they went out and signed Hayward. He was already on the team, and then
they signed Upton. Or no, who am I thinking of? No,
they traded
Ugla.
For they signed Ugla, and look how that turned out.
I know.
So, do you understand why they might be a little tentative with throwing some cash around?
They're blowing it all up.
No, they're doing what the Royals were doing for a while. The Royals, they had a couple big name guys that they knew they wouldn't be able to afford, so they would trade them before the contract so they could at least get something in return. And now, you look at the Royals this year, you look at Eric Hosmer, Alex Gordon, Escobar, like all these young guys that have been playing together for quite a few years, and they finally like got it together. I mean, they were in the World Series last year, and then they won it this year. And I think that's what the Braves are trying to do. They're just trying to get a nice little centerpiece, get some young guys that they can have control of for a few years and not spend exorbitant amount of cash on.
Yeah, that was Shelby Miller.
Well, I don't know. That I'm not too surprised they traded him, but I honestly I wouldn't be really surprised if they traded Freeman.
They will.
Just because of what they've been doing. But like you said, they need somebody, veteran on the team, and I would be just as surprised of him staying as I would be of him being traded. I'm right in the middle. Phillies have a few veteran guys we can send their way. I'd be fine with that. They can have Ryan Howard.
No, we already have an overpriced first baseman.
That you don't want to trade.
Well, I'm just saying he's the only one left. I don't even know who they have. On their baseball reference, I'm trying to figure out who's left. Oh, Lord. Oh, they have 39-year-old A.J. Pierzynski. There's a plus.
He's a locker room guy. Players love him.
I know. I don't hate that.
And he was probably cheap, too. They probably didn't,
Freddie Freeman makes $20 million. That contract sucks. To the Braves' credit, that's a terrible contract.
All right. Well, you're talking to a guy whose team is paying their first baseman $25 million and puts up worse numbers than Freeman.
Pierzynski makes $3 million next year. That's fine. That's a fair price.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's capable of.
He's earned it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you give the Braves 2 to 3 years and they're back consistently at the top of the division. They've got to compete with the Nationals, and now the Mets.
Well, that's not going to matter once Bryce Harper signs with the Yankees.
Well, that'll be in like 2018 when his contract's up.
Well, we're getting there. That's when the Braves will make their resurgence.
Yeah, and then the Mets won't be able to maintain their pitching staff because they're all going to want giant contracts.
They'll pay them. What do they care?
I don't know.
They're still paying Bobby Bonilla. What do they care? They throw money around like it's...
That's the greatest contract for Bonilla's ever gotten. I laugh at that.
They dab the grease on their pizza with $100 bills. Guys, don't waste a napkin. Use a $100 bill. Use a $2 bill. What are they for? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
The only thing people use $2 bills is when they put them on their wall because they collect them. That's the only time I've ever seen them. They keep the pristine one and they put it on their wall in like a frame.
Yeah. I just wanted to look up the Bobby Bonilla contract. So when did he retire? He retired
2000.
2000. His contract from 2011 to 2035, he will collect $1.19 million from the Mets.
Well,
and here's why. Bonilla was owed $5.9 million when the Mets agreed to the buyout. Instead of paying that at once, they're paying him at the end of it all. They're going to pay him about $30 million for not playing with the team. So it's either $5.9 million right away or $30 million over like 35 years.
Installment plan.
Yeah.
It's like the Mets are paying a student loan.
Yeah.
Who do we have to pay this? Sally Mae. Oh God! It's like every year the bills keep coming and coming.
Justin, can you imagine if someone says, "We will give you $1 million for the next 30 years if you don't do something"?
That'd be great.
Like if your current job said, "We'll give you $1 million if you stop coming into work." That's what the Mets did for Bonilla. Because they didn't want to give him the lump sum. So stupid. I
can only imagine like an all you can eat buffet telling me that, Justin, don't come here anymore. You're eating too much food.
Justin, it's cheaper for us to pay you $1 million than it is than it is to let you continue visiting our establishment.
I know who wouldn't say that.
Who?
Red Robin.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
I have not.
So they advertise the bottomless fries.
Mm-hmm.
What people who have never been to Red Robin need to know, because I've never been to Red Robin. This is my first time. They give you like 10 fries in each basket.
Are these like average size fries or like big fries or like give us a little
There's two varieties. I got the steak fries. She got the sweet potato fries,
okay.
which are good. The steak fries are like steak fries. So
Yeah.
sort of a thicker cut.
Your run of the mill steak fries.
Right. The sweet potato fries are like regular fast food size, but the sweet potato variety.
Okay.
And they're good. It's just they give you 10 fries. And then you have to ask. And then it takes like 3 minutes. And then they bring them out. And then you have to ask. And they don't ask you. It's a mess. And their burgers aren't very good.
No, I've never been.
Red Robin, I mean, if they want to pay me to never come back, that'll work. But I'm also never going back anyway.
All right. Well, maybe they'll listen to this and make you a deal.
If only.
Do they have like a food challenge or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, there's no point in going back then.
I know. They try and advertise gourmet burgers. Instead of quantity, they try and advertise quality.
I see.
But I wouldn't say that they're very quality either.
All right. So what would you consider a quality burger? Like Five Guys?
Quality burger. I would say their Five Guys is probably a more quality burger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
I mean, for a chain like that, as opposed, yeah. I mean, when I think of quality when it comes to burgers, like Five Guys is up there for me.
Yeah. But I usually go to the other ones because then I can get full for like $6.
Well, right, yeah.
Instead of buying
There
a
is
burger for $6.
there is the cost differential, of course, but
Right.
if
My
we're going
credo-
if we're going strictly on taste,
I know, but my credo is usually quantity over quality.
yeah.
I would take mediocre pizza, a lot of mediocre pizza over a little quality pizza. And I've
Okay.
been in that situation before. I've had a really good pizza, but it was really tiny.
Yeah.
And I wanted more.
Yeah.
Versus like a mediocre pizza.
Especially something like pizza because you can't fill up on one slice.
No. I can fill up on one pizza.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, anyway.
I digress.
Yeah. Let's get into some of these football discussions since
Hey.
this is the No Punt podcast on there.
Hey, speaking of which, we got a mailbag this week. I'm glad we could finally cut the ribbon on that.
Yes, let's do this.
So again, using the hashtag #AskNoPunt, we actually received a question. Farsender writes, "What style of quarterback do you guys like to see? Pocket or dual threat?" I have a long answer for this.
I kind of have a two-sided cop-out answer. For like if I'm watching a game, I think it's more entertaining to see the running quarterback.
Sure.
But if I were a coach or an owner and I wanted, I needed a quarterback for my team, I'd probably go with the pocket passer just because, as history has shown, they tend to win more.
Well, they also don't get injured as much. I mean,
Well,
think
right.
of RG3.
Right. Exactly.
I
mean, that's
Is he ever going to play again? Realistically.
Yeah, I think he will. Just it won't be with Washington.
We'll see.
But no, you're right. The injury thing's a big concern. Russell Wilson obviously has gotten pretty lucky. He hasn't really had any major injuries. He's smart. When he runs a lot, it's mostly to the sideline, and he usually steps out of bounds. He doesn't take very many hits, which is smart on his part. But I mean, I'd want a guy that can make those pocket passes. Stay off the injured list, and as long as he's got a little bit mobility, when scrambles when he has to, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, but you're almost talking about extending the play. Like
Well,
Ben
right.
does. Like
And
he's
I'm
not mobile. He's just able to maneuver around the pocket enough to extend the play.
right.
He's not mobile though.
And every now and then Rodgers will take off because the pocket's breaking down and nobody's open. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of thing that I think most people want out of their quarterback, at least this current age. Because I mean, you look at like Colin Kaepernick a few years ago. We were saying like, is this the new quarterback? Is this that or and now he's benched for Blaine Gabbert.
We also don't see the Wildcat as much.
No, and I'm kind of glad for that. I thought that was always kind of dumb. It
Well,
never.
I think teams kind of figured it out.
Well, yeah, and it never. The only team that really could run it fairly well was Miami, and they were the ones that kind of instituted that on a more regular basis. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, look, the running back's lined up at quarterback. 9 times out of 10, he's just gonna run it up the middle.
Right.
But
just load the box and just wait and see what he does.
yeah, it never really seemed to throw too many defenses off, like it does in college. But so what about you? You said you got a long answer.
So, in my adolescence, my naivety, whenever I would play a football game, I didn't care what the characteristics of the quarterback was. He was a mobile quarterback. So I'm playing like Tecmo Bowl. Mm-hmm. Troy Aikman is going to be a mobile quarterback.
Right.
If I'm playing quarterback club, Troy Aikman is going to be a mobile quarterback. If I'm playing NCAA, number 8 on UCLA is going to be a mobile quarterback. I don't care if you're a pocket passer. That was just the way I always played.
Right.
And then when
because you turn the injury settings off and then they're fine.
No, I mean, the difficulty was way down, so I'd win every game like 45-0, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then when I wanted to have a more, simulated experience, that's when I've learned that a pocket passer, I mean, I would prefer somebody who's a better passer versus somebody who is a weaker passer but is able to take off.
Right.
Because I don't feel like you have enough variability in your offense that you can effectively run plays. I mean, it's like the Steelers do now. They hand it off, and then 2 plays later, Ben throws the deep ball to Antonio Brown. They score a long touchdown.
Right. And if you're a team with a quarterback who, is gonna run, on a fairly regular basis or above average level, linebackers have learned to spy on the quarterback and basically just. If he moves right, the linebacker moves with him. If he moves left, the linebacker moves with him. Like just to keep him contained. And so when some of these running quarterbacks that, like you said, might not be the greatest passers are contained, that kind of leaves, kind of opens some of their other weaknesses.
Sure. And it's the injury thing too.
Right.
I mean, if you build a system around a mobile quarterback and he runs and he gets hurt, well, that's it.
Right, and then
it's like, oh, Nick Foles, you're a mobile quarterback, right?
Yeah, then you gotta change your game plan. But
whatever you want me to be, coach.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about with RG3, Washington going from RG3 one play to Kirk Cousins the next isn't exactly an even trade off when it comes to play calling.
Yeah, how lucky are they?
Yeah, that whole division's terrible.
That's our division.
What's that?
I said that's our division.
I know.
Don't badmouth it.
Well, it's terrible.
I know.
It is.
But your team's in it.
I know. I don't know how, but they are. Mathematically, they are still alive.
Everybody's in it.
How do we do last week on our picks?
You were right in the middle, per usual. 8-8 on your over-unders, 7-9 on your... No, 8-8 on your spreads, 7-9 on your over-unders. I sort of rebounded up to 5-11 on my over-under... Or I keep saying that. 5-11 on the spreads, 9-7 on over-unders. Favorites, 10-5. There was one pick'em. Home, 6-10. Elo model, 10-5-1. They had one game that was 50-50. So...
Okay.
I can't do much for that.
Yeah. All right.
Where did we get burned? We got burned on the Giants losing in overtime. There was one other one we both. Jacksonville. There was one more. Carolina.
Right.
Because they won but didn't cover.
Yeah, they didn't cover.
There's a couple of those.
Well, we both took New England as well, and that
that
didn't pan out.
That didn't work.
All right. All right. Thursday night, Minnesota at Arizona. Arizona minus 7.5.
That's a lot of points.
They're in Arizona though.
I know, but it's Thursday. Thursdays aren't really. Thursdays just don't end up being normal games. That's my thesis.
That's true. I won't argue that point because
it's like Green. I mean, Green Bay wins on their stupid Hail Mary last week, so.
I'm gonna take Arizona.
I think the most surprising thing about that Hail Mary is that Detroit was only an 80% win probability at that play.
Oh, really?
So historically, I guess 20% of teams have come back and won. According to Football Reference.
Well, and it's Aaron Rodgers who's maybe has a little bit of luck on his side.
No, that's Andrew Luck. Who is not?
No, Luck has some Rodgers on his side. Then I don't know.
We'll double check that.
Right.
I'm going with Minnesota. They need this game. They're tied with Green Bay. 7.5 is too much. I'm not saying that Arizona won't win. I'm just saying it's 7.5 on a Thursday.
Okay.
Plus, Arizona's pretty comfortable at 10-2. They're 3 games ahead in the West.
Yeah, that's true. But Seattle did crush Minnesota last week.
So what's the rule here when the Central team goes west, but it's not a 1 o'clock
for a Thursday night game?
Yeah. Does that happen this year? At Detroit, at Jackson, Jets, Cincy, New England, Seattle went to San Fran. That doesn't count because they're both out there.
Well, what happens when a Northwest team travels slightly south? I think Arizona, if they go up early, then Minnesota's done. Minnesota's not very good at coming from behind or playing down.
No, they're more of a run team. They need to be even Steven, or else they're kind of
and Peterson got a whopping 18 yards against Seattle last week, and Arizona's defense isn't too shabby either. So I don't know. I got a good feeling about Minnesota. I know they might not need the win as much as Minnesota, but
you just said good feeling about Minnesota.
I have a good feeling about Arizona.
Okay. Flip-flopping. 45.5 over under.
I'm going to say under.
Yeah, me too. It's going to sniff it, not going to get it.
Yeah. All right.
At least that's what I say.
Sunday, 1 o'clock. Shady comes back to Philly. Buffalo in Philly. Buffalo -1.
What's the reception going to be?
Bad
or good? He did badmouth him after he left town.
Well, he badmouthed Chip Kelly more so than the Eagles or the fans.
Oh, so maybe the fans are like, we hate Chip, so the enemy of my enemy is my enemy.
Something like that. I can't imagine he gets booed in a hostile way. Like, it's not his fault. He didn't sign somewhere else. He didn't ask to be traded. That was on the organization. So I don't think he'll get booed as any more than any other Buffalo player will get booed.
Oh, I thought you were going to say any more than any Philly player.
Well, or Philly. Take your pick. But
I just don't understand their running back depth chart anymore.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Well,
who the hell's Barner?
Kenyon Barner. I believe he played at Oregon for Chip.
Well, you pay DeMarco all that money. DeMarco has a couple of good games, and then you shunt him to third on the depth chart.
Well, they went with the hot. Sproles was having a solid game, so they kept going with him.
Yeah, but Sproles is almost better when you use him sparingly. Like, he's better as the wild card.
I don't know. He was pretty good against New England, but Yeah, and Ryan Matthews is out, but he might be back this week, so that might still take some carries away from DeMarco.
Well, speaking of the hot hand, I'll stick with Philly, I guess.
I'm
But
gonna
who
go
the
with
hell
Buffalo.
knows? You don't trust your team?
I don't, and I feel like Shady's. I mean, he's out with a mission.
FU mode.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. He was going around to his teammates in the locker room and trying to pump them up and more than they would normally be pumped up for a football game, I guess. But
Usually when I need pumped up, I just pump the little pump thing on my air pumps.
I know, and maybe they
Nobody under the age of 20 is going to know what we're talking about.
no, those things made a comeback.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I don't know for how long, but like within the last year or two, they were like Reebok was re-releasing them.
Oh,
For
that's
like
interesting.
way more than what we used to pay for them.
$1 million.
I don't know. I think Buffalo's defense is obviously a lot better than New England's, and I don't know about those Eagles, man. I just don't. So I'm gonna take Buffalo.
Yeah, but they're right in that logjam of the NFC East. They
Well,
need this game.
Buffalo needs it too.
Yeah,
They're on the verge of wild card aspirations.
that's only because, how many games ahead is New England? Or are they way ahead? I don't have this committed to memory. I'm sorry. And New England's 4 ahead of Buffalo, 3 ahead of the Jets, so they're fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was closer than that. It's not.
No.
47 over under.
I'm gonna say under.
I'm gonna say over.
Okay.
A lot of points last week, so it's like, are they gonna score? But then again, I guess their defense did score like half those.
Right. Yeah, they had what was it? Blocked punt for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown, interception, yeah.
So they nearly won the game by their defense.
Just about.
Just about.
All right. San Francisco at Cleveland. Cleveland is -1.5 with Johnny Manziel starting.
I was gonna say that's the Manziel factor, right? That pumps them up to favorite by 1.5.
I guess. I mean,
I'm not-
I still would have thought San Fran might have been a road favorite in this one, but
Wow.
I'm taking
they
San.
narrowly beat
I'm
Chicago
taking San
last week.
Francisco.
Yeah, I am too. I don't trust Johnny.
I just don't trust Cleveland in general, but
I'm just glad that they're finally pooping or getting off the pot. But
well,
this whole structure thing of you have to wait till the last 4 games, whatever.
Their hand was kind of forced. I mean, with McCown out, obviously Austin Davis wasn't suitable for a backup role. I mean, I think if it was really up to Cleveland, and if they had a quarterback that was average, they would still have Manziel sitting. But I think they should have been playing him since the beginning of the season just to see what he can do with the full season under his belt.
Well, you just got to know what the investment's worth.
Right. So we'll find out. And though the holidays are coming up, so he might get suspended again.
Might get kind of sloppy.
Get a little eggnog, go a little crazy.
Goes a little crazy for Hanukkah. Because that did start. So
it did.
Just saying.
It did. Over under 41.
8 crazy nights for Johnny Manziel.
Underrated movie, by the way.
Did you see it with us when we went to the theater?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you like it?
I
thought it was just me and.
No, I was. While I was watching it, I was like, "This is kind of stupid." And then, by the end, I was like, "All right, this is pretty good. This is pretty."
It's completely come around.
Yeah,
From being stupid to being tolerable.
the Whitey character was what did it for me. But I think I've seen that maybe once since we saw it in theaters.
I might have caught it on TV once.
Yeah, I think it was on Comedy Central one time. But if TBS airs 24 hours of A Christmas Story, shouldn't Comedy Central just air 24 hours of 8 Crazy Nights? Just as to coincide.
I'm looking up Hanukkah themed movies.
Well, I can name one.
That's
An animated Adam Sandler film.
I don't know if there are anymore.
Well, what about the new one with Seth Rogen, The Night Before? I mean, I guess technically that's a Christmas movie, but
A little both.
yeah. All right, how about this over under 41?
Under.
Yeah, I'll say under also. I think this has the makings of a 17-10 kind of game.
Stinker.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
this might be a pillar game.
The San Francisco Cleveland?
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
I mean, this might be there. Detroit at St. Louis. Pick 'em.
Detroit, I guess. I'll take Detroit.
Yeah, they're kind of hot right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Save for their, last minute defeat.
Yeah. Rams defense is just falling apart and their offense is blah.
Falling apart.
Yeah. So I'll take Detroit.
Me too.
Over under 40.5.
Over. In a dome? Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
Detroit's gonna do all the scoring.
I just had to stall a little bit for anticipation. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it worked.
That one might also be a pillar game.
Ooh. Well, I mean, there are 11 to choose from, so.
Yeah, stupid 11 1 o'clock games. I don't. All right. New Orleans at Tampa. Tampa's minus 3.5.
Load the slate. I hate that I need to. I might as well just leave this up.
Tampa's just on the cusp of missing the wild card right now.
I know, that's what I'm trying to look for. 6-6, so they're pretty much there with everybody, right? Sorta, not really.
Well,
so
they're right above the Falcons because they have the tiebreaker with the Falcons in their division. But
they're behind Seattle.
Bucks Falcons are both 6-6. Yeah, and then they're behind Seattle.
When's the last time New Orleans won a game?
When was that? What was that?
Week 8.
Is that the Eagles?
The 52-49 shootout.
With the Giants.
Yep. So it's been a while.
That's right. It has been a while.
It's like, can they lose again? I think they will. I think Tampa's gonna.
I don't know. New Orleans looked pretty hot against Carolina.
Well, Carolina
put up
has
a lot of
tendency
points.
Playing to their opponent's level.
I'm gonna take New Orleans.
That's fine. I'm taking Tampa.
I'll take the 3.5 points.
All right.
Over under 50.5.
That's a lot.
It's the highest one of the week.
Say under.
I'll say over.
I knew you would.
Both defenses are not very good.
I knew you would.
So I'm gonna take the over.
All right, that's fine. Disagree with me all you want.
I will.
We sort of agreed on that point. But
Yeah, there was a couple. Tennessee
at New. Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going with me.
Sorry.
No jinx. Tennessee at the Jets. Jets.
minus
by 7.
-7.
No. Finish each other's sentences.
I'm gonna take Tennessee.
You feel like they're hot after last week?
Yeah, and I think those points are just a little too high for my liking. I mean, the Jets are hot too, obviously, but
I know Jets need this though.
yeah,
It's almost like Tennessee's. I mean, they should be mad that they won last week.
yeah, they're
Because now they have 3 wins.
3 wins.
Now they leapfrog Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland's the only team with 2 losses, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, Titans have 3, Chargers have 3,
and that's it.
and then a bunch of teams have 4. Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, there's still time.
And then the Jets are in a 3-way with Pittsburgh and Kansas for the wild cards. And
Yeah,
I think they're behind.
as of right now, they have the wild card spot.
Whatever the weird wild card plinko is. Jets need this. They're gonna win.
Do they win by
Plus,
7 though?
I think they do.
Okay.
See, here's the the slight bit of vindication I had from earlier when I picked Brandon Marshall on my fantasy team because I thought, you know what, new team, new quarterback, new system, rejuvenation. And boy, was I right. And then everybody else on my fantasy team just went to poop. So at least I was vindicated on that part.
Yeah. Do you win any money for vindication?
No.
Okay. All right.
Sadly, no.
Over under 43. I'm going to say over.
I'm going to say under.
All right. That's fine. I think 43 is too low.
I just think that Tennessee's not going to score.
I don't know. Mariota looked pretty impressive running 80 yards last week.
No. He'll do it again. What are the odds? Pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
Here's the best game,
They're pretty
though.
good. Yes, this
is the anti-pillar game.
This is a good one. This is a good one. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Cincinnati -3.
So if they played a game in Cleveland, which is sort of...
They played in Cleveland last week.
I know, but I'm saying if they didn't play at anyone's home field, a neutral field,
Right.
then the teams are even Steven.
Well, the way the Steelers' offense have been running lately, it's pretty impressive.
I know.
They have 3 major wide receiver threats, and of course, D'Angelo Williams, who is having a rejuvenated year as well.
I figured that was going to happen too. I didn't pick him, but he was on my radar. And then somebody took him, and then he was off my radar.
So, who are you taking in this game?
Pittsburgh. They need this. Cincinnati doesn't need this. They're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh also.
Pittsburgh
I
needs
feel like
this for the wild
I feel
card.
like they're starting to get on a nice little roll.
I know, but what's the trap here?
Well, I think this
Why isn't
is
Pittsburgh
this
favorite?
is this the first. This might be the first week that I didn't take Cincinnati. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check. But I know
Check the archives.
I know I've been taking Cincinnati a lot, but and rightfully so based on their experience, their play this year. But I don't know that Cincy's defense is good, but Pittsburgh's got a lot of weapons, and Cincy's got a decent amount of weapons too, and Pittsburgh's defense not that great. So who do I pick?
They're both
Who? They're both good. No, I'm gonna take the points and take Pittsburgh. I got a feeling it's gonna be a 1 or 2 point kind of game.
The last time you didn't take Cincy was week 5.
And was I right in not taking them or wrong in not taking them?
You were neither. They pushed with Seattle.
Oh, well.
The only time you got burned otherwise was when they, lost 10-6 against Houston.
Right.
Elsewise, you've taken Cincy and they've covered.
So maybe I should continue.
It's up to you.
No,
I'm just weary about that 3. Why are they favored?
I already said Pittsburgh.
I know, but why are they favored?
Why
That's the thing.
why is Cincy favored?
Yeah.
Well, they're at home for one, and overall a better team. I think they take record and they take.
Yeah, but if Pittsburgh wasn't without Ben for those how many games, you think they'd have the same record?
Possibly
Or close to it. I mean, if they were not riddled by injuries, do you
Right.
think they're closer?
I guess they they're taking a lot of factors into effect and basically I guess they're giving Cincy the advantage because it's in Cincy. That's the only reason I could see that Cincy's -3.
49.5. Over under.
Over.
Saying under.
Okay.
Defensive struggle. Or defensive game. Offensive struggle? Whatever. Not a lot of points.
Think offenses are going to struggle with AJ Green and Antonio Brown and
See, but
Martavis
that always
Bryant
happens,
and
though. You always think that they're going to have a whole bunch of points, and then they don't.
Cincy
play earlier?
Cincy does except for that Houston game.
I know. So they're due.
All right.
Maybe.
Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Flip a coin.
Is this really the first time they played all season? I'm sorry, I'm dwelling on the past. Flip a coin, huh? I don't have one with me. I mean, I assume that they think that why is this even? I don't know. I figured they just would have picked one or the other. Jacksonville. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville.
Indy's got no reason to win. What is that?
Luck's not expected back till week 15, but Hasselbeck lost his first game as a starter this year last week.
I know, but Jacksonville's still in it, 4-8.
I know, and Allen Robinson had himself a game on Sunday.
They're not out.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville.
And Hearns is apparently due back, so.
Do we have an over under for this game or no?
No, I couldn't find one.
Okay.
Multiple sites.
Let's make one up. 42.5. I just threw that out there. 42.5 over under.
I need to put a note.
I would say over.
I'll say over.
Okay.
What do we care? We made it up.
Yeah.
Just make up the answer.
But if that is what the spread turns out to be, then
you should be a handicapper.
I should.
And then they'll pay you $1 million to not work again.
And then maybe I'll figure out why Cincinnati's -3.
Ooh, you'll crack the code.
How about this next one? Is this our largest marge?
Largest marge.
Largest marge here. San Diego at Kansas City. Kansas City is -10.
FYI, the last time we had a double-digit marge, they did not cover. However, Kansas is hot. However, is this like when they fall off the wagon? I don't think so. I'll take Kansas.
Okay. Let's see. Kansas City and San Diego played week 11. Kansas City won 33-3, and that was in San Diego. San Diego does not need this game. Kansas City does. I'm going to take Kansas City.
Yeah, San Diego needs this game as their application video to move to Los Angeles to become the LA Chargers.
Which of Oakland, San Diego, and St. Louis, which one do you want to go to LA, and which one do you realistically think will go to LA? Or if they're the same, then please state.
I don't really want St. Louis to go. That is a giant the whole Missouri area then doesn't have a team.
Kansas City.
Well, I don't know. They've sort of adopted St. Louis as their own. It's the smallest difference.
St. Louis has always been a baseball city.
True. It used to be a basketball city.
Yeah.
Way back when they had the Kansas City Kings.
Yep. ABA, right? Was that post-merger?
No,
that was
pre-merger. 75. No, up till 85. Wow, really? I didn't know that.
I would not be surprised to see San Diego go to LA.
That's probably the.
I mean,
I wouldn't hate that.
It's
LA Chargers.
It's literally a 2-hour drive from San Diego to LA anyway, so it's not like diehard San Diego fans won't be able to go to the game anymore. Like,
Did they change their nickname then?
What's that?
Do they change their nickname, or do they stay the Chargers?
I feel like they would stay the Chargers. Because it's not like it's an expansion, like a brand new team. It's just a team. Although I guess the
Tennessee did that.
Well, yeah, and Oklahoma City and NBA did that too when they moved from Seattle. So I don't know. Maybe they do, but I don't know.
Ravens did that.
Ravens were, yeah. Well, Ravens moved a bunch of times, or Baltimore moved a bunch of times, depending on which era. But I don't know. LA Chargers has a nice little ring to it.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
All right.
Because I'm 90% sure that they were the LA Chargers.
Over under 45.5.
Over.
I'm going to say under.
Whoa! What for? Oh, you think San Diego doesn't score at all?
Yeah, San Diego scored 3 points last week.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 points against Denver. They put up 31 against Jacksonville. And then they put up 3 against Kansas City. So aside from that Jacksonville anomaly, they have not been putting up points.
Chargers were the LA Chargers in their first season in 1960 and then became the San Diego Chargers.
Interesting. So they
returning to their roots.
So were the LA Raiders still there? Or yeah, the Raiders would have been there, right?
They changed in like 70 or something, didn't they?
When were the Raiders in LA?
I know they were for the 80s. 82 to 94.
Okay, all right, never mind.
So well after.
I thought maybe they were sharing stadiums like the New York teams are doing.
Yeah, because I know the Bo Jackson era, they were LA.
Right. Okay. Next game, Washington at Chicago. Chicago -3. I'm going to take Washington.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously, they've got a division to play for. Chicago, not so much. Washington, kind of a letdown game against Dallas.
Yeah, Chicago's kind of fallen off of their short burst.
Yeah.
Especially Cutler. I had high hopes for that guy.
Well, he's got a new kid. His mind is elsewhere.
Yeah.
A new kid with a hot wife. I mean, how do you expect him to play football?
God, new kid, hot wife. I'm a quarterback. Ugh, responsibility.
Man, $1 million contract. Jeez.
How do I handle it all?
Yeah, I'll take Washington. Over under 44. You're taking Washington too. I take it. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say under.
Yeah, I'll say under as well.
It's like you're really depending on those two teams with inept offenses.
Yeah.
To score a combined 44.
I don't know. I mean, I know how Chicago's inept, but I don't know why they are. I know how they are. I just don't know why they are.
I know how. I just don't know why.
Yeah, and they just put Martellus Bennett on IR, so he's done. But
yeah, they don't care.
He's been out. All right, how about this divisional matchup? Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina.
Is this when they lose?
Carolina -7.5, coming off a nail biter against New Orleans.
All right, better question. Who's left?
What do you mean? Who's left? For Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, they got an easy schedule. They have.
I know.
They have Atlanta twice, and then they have like the Ravens or I don't know. They have some terrible teams.
See, I would have figured that last week would have been the one that they just sort of let go.
Well, they almost did.
I was almost right.
They have the Falcons this week, Giants next week, then the Falcons again, then they end the season with the Bucs. So none of the teams they're facing have a better than 500 record entering this week.
I know, but that Giants game might be tough.
Yeah, and that's in New York.
They play the Falcons twice. It's kind of like, well, maybe they'll just let one slip.
That could be. I don't think so though. I'm going to take Carolina.
Yeah, me too.
Atlanta just doesn't know what to do with themselves. I don't get it. Julio Jones has 93 yards in the first half and then nothing in the second half. And
I get the why, I just don't get the how.
Are you taking Carolina?
Yeah.
All right.
Can't go against them.
I know. I've been in their corner for a long time. They haven't disappointed me yet.
Have you ever not taken Carolina this season?
I might have early on.
Carolina.
But I don't recall.
Carolina. You did not in week 8 when they played Indy. But then again, Indy was getting a lot of points, so...
Did Carolina cover that week?
Well, they won. They did not cover.
Okay.
They won in overtime, but
All
the
right.
7.5 was too many points.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's too many this week.
Me neither.
All right. Over under 46.5.
Under.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under.
I think Carolina gets it, and Atlanta just kind of
Atlanta's not been putting up many points.
Yeah,
it's pretty disappointing. Especially after they started the season 5-0.
Yeah, that's true.
They started 5-0 and they've gone 1-6 since.
Well, what's Devonta Freeman's status?
Well, he played this week.
So he plays.
Yeah. So he's fine. He's back.
Well, is he back?
Well, he's getting carries. He's the number one running back.
That's not what I meant.
But Matt Ryan keeps forgetting that Julio Jones is on his team.
14 attempts for 47 yards. So he's not back.
Well,
He's back.
yeah, I guess, but he's playing. He's a part of the offense again.
He's on the team. Seattle at Baltimore. Seattle, 6 points.
Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're West Coast coming to East Coast for a 1:00 game. I don't care about that.
You're gonna get burned. I mean, I'm taking the same thing.
Baltimore
It's
sucks.
just- You're gonna get burned. Are you writing Baltimore sucks as we're saying that? Baltimore sucks.
Here's why. Matt Schaub is banged up, and Jimmy Clausen is getting more practice reps. So,
FYI, Baltimore's covered the last 3 games.
yeah, but now they're going to put Jimmy Clausen in.
So,
And their last 3 games, they didn't play Seattle, who's may have turned the corner finally.
that's true.
Seattle gets burned on the passing plays, not so much the running. And Baltimore doesn't have much going in the way of a passing game.
So it all works out.
True. Hopefully. But I'll take Seattle -6.
There's no over/under again. I don't know why.
Let's throw. I'm thinking.
44.
All right. I'll take the under. Okay. If we're going with 44.
That's fair.
All right.
Whatever. It's all made up.
Yeah.
What do we care?
Well, what are you taking? You gotta make record of it.
Under.
Under. All right. Under are made up 44.
Yeah.
We should have just made the over under like 100.
Under.
And
Under.
like,
We win.
Like almost guarantee. Watch it go 101. All right.
Got you good.
Your favorite 1:00 game.
Are we serious?
Pittsburgh Cincy.
Yeah.
Your second favorite 1:00 game.
Okay, better question. Wow. Buffalo, Philly?
Yeah, I would say Buffalo Philly. Mostly because of the McCoy factor.
I mean, maybe Atlanta, Carolina, because I don't know. It's more like watching Carolina streak towards perfection.
Yeah. All right. How about this? What's your favorite bet of the 1:00 games? The one you feel most confident on.
Most confident. I don't know. Pittsburgh +3?
I would say my most confident one is Washington, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
All right.
But then they're going to burn you.
Well, they usually
That's how
do.
they do.
They usually do. 2 4:00 games. First one is Oakland at Denver. Denver -7.5.
It's kind of a lot, isn't it?
It's Denver. They've continued winning and putting up points. I mean, they only put up 17 last week, but
It's enough.
they only gave up 3.
Uh,
And it's in Denver. Might be
Yeah.
snowing.
There's that. What's their situation? 10-2. Oakland's kind of way back there. Oh boy. I guess. I mean, can you bet against Brock Osweiler? He's so handsome.
Is there a rule about betting against handsome quarterbacks?
Has there ever been like a unanimously handsome quarterback? Like it almost usurps like his playing abilities. The fact that he's so handsome.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to take Oakland just because I think the points are too high.
Manziel wasn't like that, was he? Like
No.
his college playing ability was more of a factor than his. Well, I'm not saying he's a good-looking guy. I'm just saying. I don't know. If you do know,
His partying ability
well,
was
that's
more of
true.
a factor than his quarterbacking ability, apparently.
I'll tell you when I had enough.
I'm taking Oakland,
What if the refs made Johnny Manziel do a sobriety test during the game?
like on the field.
Yes.
What if that was the opposing team's like touchdown celebration?
That would be pretty funny.
Man, that would. Yeah. What if Carlos Hyde? What if Blaine Gabbert runs in for a touchdown? Anquan Bolden comes over and they start doing a field sobriety mock
That
in
would
the
be
end
pretty
zone.
funny.
Who are you taking?
Jim, we talked about how Johnny Manziel likes to drink and get shit-faced. We talked about it.
We met
And
with
now
him
they're
earlier
talking
in the
about it.
week, and we had a few beers.
Had a few.
One thing led to another, and here we are.
Hell yeah, we should get some pregame beers.
All right, make your Oakland Denver pick already.
Sunday in Denver.
All right, I'm taking Oakland.
Whoa!
I've said it like 3 times.
Well, I haven't been paying attention.
All right, I didn't.
I've been thinking about handsome quarterback.
I just think that line's too high, and Oakland can put up some points.
That's fair. So Denver wins, they just don't cover.
Right. I think Denver wins. I think that's a little too high.
I can dig it.
Over under 43.5.
Over.
Yep. Let's go over.
Maybe I feel confident in that one.
Well, I'll ask you about your confidence in the 4:00 games. We,
All right,
we
I'm
just
getting
didn't get
ahead
there
of
yet.
myself.
We have you have 2 to choose from. So
Well, we're there. Last one. Dallas at Green Bay. Green Bay -7.
I'll take Green Bay.
What a long road it's been. Why?
I don't trust Dallas.
It's a lot of points, though.
It is. But Green Bay needs it just as much as Dallas does.
I know. But
I have more faith in Green Bay than I do in Dallas.
Dallas is doing their stupid hanging around thing.
Matt Castle in Lambeau in December. I don't know.
7 though.
I know.
They find a way.
I'm
Green Bay's finding a way to lose.
I'm taking Green Bay. They won last week.
Not
I
by
don't
choice.
care if it was on a Hail Mary.
Not by choice.
Yeah. You're taking Dallas?
Yeah.
All right. Over under 43.5 again. I'm going to say under.
Yeah. Lambeau. Outside. Matt Castle. Aaron Rodgers.
The spirit of Brett Favre.
Brett Favre is the best coach in football.
Let's see.
Favorite 4 o'clock. There's only 2.
Sunday in Green Bay is supposed to be 42 degrees and rain.
Uh-oh. That's bad.
So, yeah, I'm going to take the under for that.
Oh, boy. Tease the Denver Oakland over under down, and tease the Dallas Green Bay over under up.
Now you're talking.
I mean, clearly I'm going to get them egregiously wrong, but on paper they look all right.
Well, write that down, and then we'll see how it pans out. We'll just do a little test.
Field test.
All right. New England at Houston. New England -3.
Wow, what a terrible Sunday night game. I don't know.
New England -3 in Houston.
Well, it's a depleted Patriots team,
Depleted Patriots team.
and they don't need it. What do they care? They'll just coast to a 2 seed.
Well, I'm pretty sure they want to try and get home field advantage.
Where are they now? You're tied with Denver, right?
I think.
Oh, it's a 3-way log jam. Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Cincy, Broncos,
Maybe they do need this.
and New England are 10-2.
I guess I'll take the Pats.
I'll take the Pats also.
It's like, can you really bet against Tom Brady? I don't think so.
Though the Texans are fighting for a playoff spot.
That's true.
But Brian Hoyer is their quarterback.
Well, here's the real question. Bill Belichick losing 2 in a row. That's what you're betting on when
Yeah.
you're betting on Houston.
Well, they've already lost 2 in a row.
I know. Well, when have they lost 2 in a row? Like twice in 1 year.
Well, if they lose this week, that'll be 3 in a row.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm gonna take.
Pay attention.
I'm gonna take New England.
Oh, you're right.
Bill
Belichick losing 3 in a row ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Over under 45.
Tease that down. There, you got your 3-team tease. Over. In a dome, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
After he lost to the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'll be mad.
Yep, I'll take the over also. And Houston can put up some points. If they get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins, that's
with
that's
names
what they
like
got.
Alfred Blue, Brian Hoyer.
But seriously, DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, that's the one.
And
that's
JJ
the one non-ironic name.
And JJ Watt hasn't had a defensive touchdown yet, so he's due.
Oh, you're right.
All right. Last game, Monday night. New York.
Guys, I scored like 8 touchdowns last year. Give me 1.
New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins. Giants are -1.
As they should.
That's kind of a meh Monday night game.
Well, they can't all be winners.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Me too.
All right.
They need this.
Yeah, and there's no reason they should. I mean, I thought for sure they were going to win against the Jets last week, but we saw how that turned out. But
see, the irony is that every NFC East game, we've said they need this.
well, it's true, they do.
When in reality, none of them will probably win. There's only one that's favored.
Yeah, and that division's so terrible. Over under 46.5.
What a time to be alive. The NFC East is the garbage dump.
I don't know what to make of my Philly sports teams anymore. Like I got no one to root for. The Flyers are like 500. The Sixers are like 500 games under 500.
Trust the process.
Well, if everything plays out perfectly for the Sixers, they'll have like 3 of the top 10 picks in the draft. But I need the Lakers to win a few more games for that to happen. But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Kobe's farewell tour. Giants. 46.5 over under.
Yeah, I'll say under also. Giants and under.
Giants and under.
Mark it down.
Glad we agreed.
All right. I took the under. You took the under. All right. As always, we record this on a Tuesday, which means tomorrow is New Comic Book Wednesday. Anything you're excited for?
Your nostalgia senses haven't been tingling all week?
Go on.
Batman Ninja Turtles. Team up.
Is that DC or
well, yeah, you're right. It's DC.
DC. Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Turtles is IDW, but it's a DC book.
Okay. I was looking through the list. I didn't see too many that were on my
well, Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Batman Turtles, Batman Eternal. It's pretty much if you like Batman, you're all right.
Yeah, I think that's there's a new Suicide Squad. I think that might have been it. I think I've got 2, maybe I think there might be one from Marvel.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But yeah, not a lot this week.
That's fine.
That's
fine. Secret Wars, that's the one.
Yeah, that's right. There's Secret Wars.
But number 9 got pushed back, so you're gonna read 8 now, and then wait like a month and a half to get number 9.
Weren't they supposed to be done with Secret Wars like 3 months ago?
I know. Let's not go there.
Yeah. All right.
Let's not talk about it. Still fresh.
Real quick, thoughts on the? Did we discuss Batman vs Superman last week? I don't remember.
I think we unofficially.
Okay.
Texted back and forth, but I don't think we no, because
we didn't
Wednesday
record our discussion on it. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Batman vs Superman trailer? You see Doomsday. You see Lex Luthor. You see more Superman. You see more Batman.
Well, I hate Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Okay, I thought you just meant like as a person.
No, I like him. I like him when he plays like
Jesse
Jesse
Eisenberg characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like him as Lex or whoever he is.
Yeah, that one scene where Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are like meeting, and Lex Luthor comes up and he's like buddy with them. That instantly kind of threw me off. I was like, eh.
See, my original thesis was that Doomsday is like a red herring, that there's really something else that's going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it. Restless nights. I feel like they did this just to give them like a leg up against Captain America Civil War. Because Marvel has all the hype with that one.
Right.
And now DC, I think they were like, you know what, we need to peel back the curtain a little bit so people get excited about this.
Do you think that was the right move?
No. It's stupid, because then the whole BVS thing, clearly it gets resolved.
Right.
I mean, you knew it would. It's just now it's because Doomsday.
Right. And
presumably.
And we got some more peeks at Wonder Woman too.
Yeah, a svelte model playing an Amazonian warrior princess.
As one would.
As one does. We still haven't seen Kyle Aquaman.
No, we have not.
King of the Seven.
Well, that's one thing they've kept under wraps then.
Well, they haven't shown a Cyborg. Apparently the Flash is going to be in this movie, so it's just, who's left? Batman. That's it. That's the 7. Trinity, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, Green Lantern. Who's not in this?
Okay. I wasn't crazy excited for Batman versus Superman to begin with, but this trailer didn't really entice my need to go see it anymore.
I don't know that anybody's more excited about it now.
If anything, it kind of like just made me realize, all right, maybe I don't really want to bother with it at all. But I don't
bother.
I don't know if I'll pay $10 for a ticket for it.
I'll go on Tuesday when it's $4.
There you go. Catch a little matinee.
Yeah.
All right. I know Matt and Keith discussed it in a podcast, which I think is up. Let me just check the old Entertainment Buddha site here real quick.
It is. I listened in to see how they felt. They kind of had the same feelings.
Okay. All right. So, yes, that podcast is up, so you can certainly listen to that.
Right. They have a nice, long, in-depth discussion about
they go a lot more
about their feelings.
A lot more in-depth about it. And you've got your tickets for Star Wars, ready to catch that in a week and a half?
No, I'm not going opening night. But then here's the thing: I don't go opening night, and then it's gonna get spoiled.
Well, you just gotta stay away from the internet.
I can't do that.
You gotta draw the curtains closed, turn the lights off, hide under your blanket, and not look at your phone ever.
That was hard enough the day that the one issue of Thor came out where they said who the new Thor was.
Oh, right.
I had to go on an internet blackout for like 5 hours just because I didn't want to know. And like Supergirl last night, I didn't watch it, and then, spoiled.
Unfortunately, that's the world we're living in now.
It's in the headline. Stop doing it in the headline.
Yeah,
make it ambiguous, or do spoiler bracket.
Yeah,
or don't even do that, because then I know something happened.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of getting tired of, like, you basically have to watch stuff that nobody's talking about in order to get like a good feel for it and to be able to truly enjoy it, unspoiled.
Or unless you watch it live.
Unless you watch it live.
Then it's like, I guess who's gonna show up?
Right. Like when it came to Jessica Jones, I didn't get a chance to watch that the first weekend it was available. So, I was listening to other podcasts or like reading news or reviews. I'd like, they're mentioning Jessica Jones. I'm going to stay away because I don't want to know even the tiniest bit more than what I already assume.
Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I'm about 5 or 6 episodes in.
That's about where I am.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. But yeah, I'm with you on the spoilers thing. And with Star Wars, I knew I wasn't gonna see that the night of, or even I don't even know if I'll see it the weekend it opens. So I'm just gonna acquiesce to the fact that I'm gonna probably find out what happens before I actually get a chance to see it. But
Good word. Good word.
acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
Thanks. Sometimes I got some good vocab. Sometimes I got some good words in me. Anything else you want to plug, discuss? Anything you're in or out on?
In or out? We should make that a quick rundown where we run through like 20 things. In or out? Jessica Jones in. BVS out.
There you go. That's 2. You got 18 more?
Batman Ninja Turtles. In or out?
In. I'm gonna flip through it tomorrow.
I'm gonna buy it like, reluctantly.
For nostalgia's sake.
Hold on. Can I read the synopsis, or do you want to go in fresh?
You can read the synopsis of the Batman Turtles.
Yeah.
You can read the synopsis.
The description reads: DC Comics and IDW team up for the crossover you never saw coming as two of the greatest entertainment icons meet for the first time! In Gotham City, a series of deadly raids lead Batman to believe he's up against a group of highly trained ninjas known as the Foot Clan! Somehow they've crossed over to another dimension and are determined to take advantage of the situation while looking to get back home. But they haven't come alone, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo are hot on their trail. Get ready for excitement as heroes and villains from both worlds clash and team up in an epic battle that threatens the very fabric of reality.
Well, how can I not get it now? There's dimensional space travel.
They're preying on our nostalgia. Stop it. Just ugh.
Well,
maybe ugh.
That's we're in that demographic now.
I know.
Where we're out of college, we're working full time, we have money to spend.
So they make a gem movie.
And yeah. Or they, release comics about Batman and Ninja Turtles. And then Nickelodeon returns with an all 90s channel.
Yeah, but don't they play the good shows, or is that a thing yet?
The Nickelodeon channel?
That 90s channel yet?
I don't think it's started yet.
Then ABC Family's going to become Freeform. Because, that makes sense. We tested well with the word free and form.
Indeed.
Portmanteau them together.
All right. Yeah, and as always, like I mentioned earlier, Matt and Keith have a podcast on Entertainment Buddha. That is entertainmentbuddha.com. There's some Ant-Man stuff. Actually, tonight there was a NBA 2K16 simulator which predicted that the Warriors would get their first loss of the season tonight against the Pacers.
That was wrong.
But yeah, last I checked the score, Golden State scored 100 points and it was still the third quarter. If this loads, where are you, NBA? Yes. The Pacers actually made it a game. Warriors did win 131-123. So unfortunately, that simulation was not accurate. But they go. Is that 24 games or 23 games in a row? I don't know. It's something ridiculous, but anyway, yeah, check us out on entertainmentbuddha.com, where we make you a better geek one post at a time. And join us next week as we make some more predictions and talk more football and everything else that comes to mind. Justin, take us out.
Cowabunga. That was for the Batman Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I have a joke. Why does Santa prefer the chimney?
I don't know.
Because it soots him.
Whoo! Play me out, Johnny.